Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Salomon Ultimate Ride. This board features Salomon's quad camber, which is basically camber to right before the upkick, and then you get a little bit of micro rocker in the tip and the tail. Basically, it's going to ride like traditional camber, but you're going to have a little less edge bite out at the contact points. This board is available in 153, 155, 158, 161, and 164. I rode this board in the spring at Arapahoe Basin on a sunny bluebird day, warmer temps. There was creamy groomers, chunder snow, hot pow, a little bit of slush on the lower mountain, and I rode it with my Rome Black Label bindings and my K2 Thraxis boots. This board is that weird amalgamation of all mountain, free ride, freestyle. It doesn't quite know exactly where it sits on the spectrum, and what you get is slightly softer tips that stiffen up about a third of the way back to the insert pack, stiffer through to the very middle where it gets just a hair softer, right where that torsional flex will twist. And when it comes to stability, you get a tiny amount of chatter up in the nose and the tail, and you slightly feel that under your feet. But when you get into rutted out terrain, the nose will flex with everything, and then your body can get jarred right underfoot. Basically, the way to sum it up is it's stable where it counts, but lively everywhere else. So quad camber basically rides like traditional camber, which means you have to load it up to get it to pop. And when you do, this board reacts with a vengeance. It's very snappy. It wants to get up in the air. It pops off everything with ease. If you're being laid back, it still loads up and rebounds. It's so reactive. It's one of those boards that just wants to get into the air. Now, there weren't any jumps this spring for me to hit it on, but knowing that this is Bodie's Pro model and it's designed to hit bigger features, you don't have to worry about it. Just send it. This board reacts on anything that could constitute a lip that I hit. It wants to get you into the air. This board takes a lot of effort to butter on. Speed and muscling it are key with this board. What you want to do is really leverage your weight right into where that quad camber comes down to that rocker and get it outside of it. You're going to really push into it, and it's going to fight you the whole time. You're not going to be doing a deep butter. Basically, high-speed pow butters are what I recommend with this board. Anything slower, you're getting throttled with this thing. It just takes that much work. And when you're jibbing, once again, speed is key here. This is not a board designed for someone that's a slow-speed jibber or just learning how to do it. You want to end up sitting outside that contact point on the nose or the tail to do a press with it. And even when you do, that camber section through the middle is going to fight you the whole time. You're not going to do a deep press with it. Now, when you get sideways, you want to be in the dead center, right where that flex point is. Otherwise, it turns into a teeter-totter effect where you're just sort of balancing from one side to the other just to do a board slide. And the pop out of the feature on this thing is immense. So if you really want to snap out of the feature, do it. Long and short of it, I really wouldn't jib with this board. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying I wouldn't. The edge-to-edge power transmission on this board is smooth and fluid, but it lacks grip. That's the Quadralizer side cut. It's just inside the insert pack, so it does make it a little hooky in there. But when you're on edge, you don't feel as locked in as other side cuts unless you're in Hero Snow, soft pow, stuff like that. When you're on firm, just rock hard crap, it doesn't feel as locked in. Now, this board pretty much drives like traditional camber, but with a little bit more ankle flex underfoot. What's nice is that when you really do want to lay this board over in soft snow, you can flex that back knee into the center of this board and you get all that power back out through the tail just to push through a turn. Overall, like if you're a diehard East Coast guy just riding boilerplate ice, probably not going to be the best board for it. But if you're riding just variable conditions where the snow is a little bit softer, it's groomed well, you really don't have to worry about it. Who's this board for? The hard charging all around ripper, whether it's freestyle or free ride, probably with a little bit more emphasis on free ride. So since the last time I rode this board, it feels like they've actually softened it up just a little bit. It makes it a little bit more manageable in my opinion. Plus it got a new shape. I really like the direction that this board's going in. You have to stay on top of it, and it can be a little hooky on edge. It doesn't grip so well in ice, and that's fine. They'll dial that in, or they won't. Hopefully they dial it back in and get the side cut worked out a little bit better for ice. But overall, the direction that this board's going in is really solid. I did enjoy it for what it is. It's highly reactive. It's got super snap in it. Comparable boards, the Nitro Super Team, the Jones Aviator 2.0, the Rome Ravine Select. Binding recommendations, the Salomon Quantum, the Burton Cartel X, the Nitro Team Pro. This has been my review of the Salomon Ultimate Ride. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own one? Are you going to buy one? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this snowboard. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you want to support us further, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.